Hi, it's that time of year again. The temperatures are dropping. And here at Oasis, we feel like there are a few things you need to keep in mind during this time. My Oasis team and I are going to go over the 7 best things you can do for your lawn in the fall.
The first tip I have for you is letting your lawn breathe with aeration and overseeding. These are 2 very beneficial services for the yard. The first is aeration. We poke holes in the lawn, which helps to decompact the soil and get more air into the root system of the plants, and also helps to alleviate the pressure on those roots to more readily absorb water and other nutrients. The other service is overseeding. The benefit of that is getting more grass out there in the lawn to thicken up the turf, fill in any thinning spots and bare areas you might have, and also choke out weeds by just having a thicker, fuller lawn.
The next thing we want to talk about is the final mow before winter. During this mow, we suggest that you cut your grass about 2.5 inches, so that's shorter than our normally recommended amount. This will help prevent excessive growth, and it'll help prevent snow mold in the winter.
Another thing to remember is to keep watering. Even in the fall, the lawn needs an inch of water per week to stay healthy. If you have an irrigation system, keep an eye on the weather. It is important to have these winterized to avoid winter damage.
The next tip we want to talk about is fall leaf cleanup. Believe it or not, it's more than just aesthetic. The best time to pick up your leaves is going to be right before the first snow, as that's going to help to prevent snow mold and also keep different insects and rodents from taking up residency in your lawn. Rather than raking up your leaves and bagging them and throwing them in the trash, you can actually mulch them back into your lawn for a lot of added nutrients. Another thing to keep in mind is a light amount of leaf coverage isn't going to affect your application, but if it's heavy coverage, we might need to reschedule.
Our next tip for you guys is to fertilize your lawn in the fall. While most people think of fertilization in the spring and summer months, the fall is one of the best times to continue to help your lawn out by putting down a nice fall fertilizer to help recover from the stress of the summer heat. Along with that, we'd like you guys to put down a winterization fertilizer in the late fall. What the winterizer does is it sets you up for success the following season by giving the grass the nutrients it needs to produce a strong, healthy root system for the grass to protect itself through the winter and then use the following season.
The next topic we're going to cover is mower maintenance and getting ready for the spring. So we want to make sure that you have sharpened blades and new oil, just to make sure everything's ready so you can avoid that spring rush where everyone else is trying to get their stuff. We also recommend that if you do have a mower with a battery, that you do put that on a battery tender so that it doesn't die in the cold weather.
Another thing to keep in mind as we go into these fall months is that this is the best time to tackle tough to control weeds. A couple examples of these tough to control weeds would be wild violets and ground ivy, which we'll be able to best address in the fall. The timing of this application is important because we can typically control weeds through the month of October.
We hope these tips were helpful, and remember to follow Oasis Turf and Tree on our YouTube and Facebook page for more helpful tips.